Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's talk about Gardner. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree, it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Gardner completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Gasly, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Perez, and Lando Norris, Bottas, Albon, Lance Stroll, and De Vries, Alesi, Kvyat, Nicholas Latifi, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Joe, and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race.
Thanks, Jeff. I plan to. Welcome everybody to another JDM racing video. F1 2020, my team. We're in Brazil, and again, it's a front row lockout for JDM. Lewis Hamilton on pole once again. He is on excellent form at the moment. Trying to get this second place locked up for an absolute perfect season, and it looks like we're going to be able to achieve that. He's also on the medium tyre, I believe. In Q2, I think he posted a slower time by about 0.6 from myself, but I was on the soft. So he is going to have that harder tyre. It might be a little bit trickier for him to get off the line. So yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to tuck him behind it. We'll just have to see how the start pans out, and then play the strategy from there. But essentially, we're trying to get Lewis the win, protect him from Max coming through the field, because we want to make sure that he finishes in front of Max for that second place in the championship. So the idea being, the soft is quite durable here, and the weather is, if anything, going to go from cloudy to hot to very sunny. So degradation might be more of an issue in the second half of the race, and we'll go with the medium compound when that happens, when we have to pit stop. But otherwise, it's a 1-2 we're looking for, and we're going to just plow through, see if we can get it. Let's do it. Try and maintain this. Lights out. Let's go. Lewis gets a lot of wheel spin. He tries to cover us off. We're going to tuck in behind him and brake early, and just try to protect him from the Mercedes coming through. That's what we've done.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
We're going to just sit behind Lewis for now. Right, we are 7 tenths behind Lewis at the moment, with Russell a second behind in third. Verstappen is going to want to clear his teammate as well. So it's the top two teams duking it out. Mercedes not in the ideal position. They're going to want Max Verstappen in front of George Russell. We're a second behind and a second in front of the nearest cars around us. And if Lewis has got any more pace, he needs to be getting on with it, because we don't want to be backed into Russell and have to deal with that DRS as well when that comes around at the end of this lap. Part of me is almost wondering if now we should try and overtake Lewis to protect against undercuts from Mercedes, because they can be quite powerful. But Lewis's pace is quite good. I mean, he's pulled out ahead of the DRS now.
We're 3 laps over target on fuel. Let's start burning it off, please.
We've got quite a lot of fuel on board apparently. Yeah, we have, which we can use up. We're going to go rich for now then. Being that those mediums are supposed to be a much slower tyre than the soft, Lewis is doing a fantastic job in keeping us behind right now. And actually extending the gap, so it makes me wonder if the medium tyre is actually the better tyre to be on, whether it's just Lewis pulling a worldie. It's probably Lewis pulling a worldie, to be fair. There's a reason why we pay him $15 million a season, or £15 million.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
That's what we're doing. We are just trying to keep with Lewis for now and extending on Russell. So in terms of strategy, we're looking okay right now.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
They think we can go to lap 11. I think they're crazy.
Copy.
So they think the soft is durable enough to go to lap 11. I don't know about that. So we're catching in this section of the race, of the lap, Lewis pulling out in sector 2 and 3. Again, purple in sector 1. Soft just starting to scream no a little bit now. 1.5, so we're very, very consistent on lap times, but he is doing a great job keeping us out of DRS.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
We do set fastest lap though. Taking plenty of curb. We do have a nice cushion to protect from the undercut from Mercedes as well. 5 seconds now. And I think we're going to box. Oh no, he's boxing.
Lewis is in for a stop.
Changed the mind.
Box, box. We're coming in this lap.
So Lewis boxing for the softs. We had to get out of it. Russell now 3.8 back, so we lost a bit of time there.
Some information on Leclerc. They are out of the race.
Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari out of this. Wow, what a bad season Ferrari have had. Here is Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari in 6th place, flicking through the gears, trying to close in on that McLaren in front of him. Come around the first. Oh, the engine's blown up. Charles Leclerc's engine has let go coming out of that first sector, and he pulls off to the inside of the track. He's out of the race. We've extended the gap back to Russell 4 seconds again, so we're pulling away again. Now we're going to box for some mediums. Come then. On goes Russell. I think Verstappen is coming in with us. Remember, Lewis was about 2 seconds ahead of us when we left him. And he's already gone past us.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
So the undercut has worked massively for Lewis there. Just behind Giuliano Alesi. Got some traffic to contend with here. Go up the inside.
Nice
Get that
move.
move done.
Good job.
Do have a very fast race car, so clearing traffic shouldn't be too bad. I mean, say traffic, this is for position, but we're on fresh tyres. Hamilton 108.1.
The gap behind us is 1.7 seconds.
1.7. We got on the dirt there a little bit. Here is the former world champion Valtteri Bottas from season 1. He's having a very stable race, up in second place for Racing Point, going long on the opening stint. Bottas comes in. We actually won the championship. Lewis's form has been absolutely outstanding. It's like pole position and win pretty much every race, and it's not like we're handing the win to him either. He's doing it on merit, so it's a good job we got the title wrapped up, because it would have been very difficult to deal with a fully focused and aggressive Lewis Hamilton coming into these last couple of races. Lewis going even quicker then.
This is your final lap of the race.
We've got an 8-second lead back to Russell. Verstappen has dropped back even further now behind Sainz. Almost looks like he's given up. This has been an absolutely dominant drive by Lewis Hamilton. Strategy played into his hands perfectly. And he rounds it off with the fastest lap to take the checkered flag and win I think it's his 5th race of the season. We come home second for the 1-2.
Yes, 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 we're on the podium. Good job this weekend, great drive, thank you.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team.
We're going to get some donuts.
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
Podium celebration time. Lewis Hamilton takes the win for JDM again. Another 1-2.
Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Right then, so an all-British podium with Hamilton, myself and Russell all on there. We are the top 3. Lewis, by over a second, takes the fastest lap of the race and an extra point. George Russell takes home the podium for Mercedes. Carlos Sainz in 4th, who's had a strong end to the season for Red Bull. Verstappen is just dwindling in 5th now. And I said about Gasly last race, like having a bit of a downturn in form, but 6th place is a really good finish for him here. So that's good to see from him. Ricciardo again getting some more points. Perez in the Ferrari 9th, so he is now picking up some points for Ferrari quite regular, so which is good for them. Albon 8th in the AlphaTauri, so again, like those midfield teams are all kind of swapping and changing in positions and each taking points in each race. Bottas just finishes outside. Lando just gets a point there for McLaren. Renault wasn't quite their day today. Maybe the circuit doesn't suit them so well. And obviously Leclerc with the DNF. Not great for them. Let's check out the highlights. I was thinking we were going to beat Lewis off the line here, and yeah, just conservative there, trying to keep the Mercedes off him. And that was the worry, was making sure that Lewis didn't get attacked. But his pace was actually pretty good on the medium tyre in that first stint. I couldn't really get inside DRS to try and get on the back of him or get past him, but just sat there in this stage of the race and just slowly pulled out on the Mercedes. Then we had the pit stops, and this really helped Lewis out, pulling more of a gap. This was the wheel-to-wheel action with Giuliano Alesi. Nice clean move through a couple of corners there. Following on the banking. A lot of direction changes. It's quite a sight to see cars going around Interlagos. Second half of the Grand Prix, not much to commentate on, really. So that rounds out the Brazilian Grand Prix. championship positions, Lewis is now 40 points in front of Max Verstappen. Is it 40? 30. I can't do maths. But so that pretty much cements his second place as well. So it's all gloves are off for the last race. We can try and see if we can win that one now. Straight up, go for it, because we've maximised everything that we possibly can. So now it's just a case of trying to get that race win. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, oh, look at that, McLaren and Renault, 4 points in it for 4th place. That's going to be a ding-dong battle in Abu Dhabi for the next race. So there you have it, another one down, one more to go in this series, and then we move on to F1 2021. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more JDM action. This series is nearly done, but we're going to move on to a fresh game and a fresh series in my team in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. And the only way to do that really reliably is to subscribe. And finally, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video today. I appreciate the fact that you've taken time out of your day to spend it with me and our race cars, and hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon. So until then, take care. See you later, guys.